Hey guys, in this video we want to talk about intuitive eating on carnivore. This video is for people that are stuck in a plateau, not able to get rid of that excess body fat, and not getting the weight loss results that they want. If your approach includes intuitive eating, eating as much bacon, butter, eggs, beef as you want, but you're not seeing any results, we want to go over some reasons why intuitive eating may not be working for you. So everything we're talking about in this video is based on our experience working with our own clients. Most of the clients that come to us are experienced carnivores, have been doing carnivore for maybe a year or more, saw some initial results but are stalled and confused as to why they are stalled.
We've even worked with some clients that have told us that they've been doing BBBE on their own or strict carnivore on their own for years and haven't lost any weight. And honestly guys, that sucks, and we don't wish that on anyone. If I put in effort for years and I don't get to see the reward that I want, then obviously that's very demoralizing and it can make you feel really stuck and at a loss and hopeless. And when we first did carnivore, we both gained weight, and that's when we had to sit down and basically assess what we were doing wrong. So a lot of people go on the carnivore diet for optimization reasons, and it can be a really great diet for improving your gut health, for addressing any carb or sugar addiction issues if you have an abstainer personality versus a moderator personality. It can help reverse high blood sugar levels. It can take you off of any medications that you're on currently. And all of these health benefits are amazing, and most people that we talk to have seen these health benefits, but it still really sucks if the scale is not moving as fast as you want it to, or it's not moving at all, or it's even going in the wrong direction. And that's when people want to give up. They self-sabotage, go back to their old eating habits. And because our goal is helping people lose weight on the carnivore diet, we just want to give you our advice on how you can move forward and reevaluate your approach on carnivore if you are not losing weight the way you want to.
So there seems to be a misleading concept out there where you can eat as much animal foods as you want and lose weight. And this concept is why people are most likely stalled or even gaining weight on carnivore. They're probably eating the wrong fat and protein amounts for their specific needs, and this does not mean limiting overall food intake. Or they could be focusing on the wrong cuts of meat and not able to satisfy the nutrient requirements that they need in order to lose the weight. If you are gaining weight on carnivore, it means that you're not taking the right approach for you.
So a lot of people that come to us are frustrated because they're like, I've been a very strict carnivore and I am still not losing weight.
Being pure is not what leads you to weight loss success. It's not the green olive or onions that you occasionally add in that's going to cause a weight loss plateau. Of course, cutting out processed foods and seed oils will help, but that does not guarantee weight loss. We work with so many clients that we're doing a strict BBBE, but are wondering why they just aren't losing the weight. If you're limiting yourself to just 4 food groups like BBBE, maybe the foods that you're picking out of those 4 groups aren't working for you. Maybe you just have to increase the variety of foods that you're eating. Increasing variety will provide a different array of vitamins, minerals, nutrients, fatty acids, but also an increased volume of food. People don't realize there are hundreds of other foods that you can include in a carnivore diet that can help with weight loss. They restrict themselves to what they can eat option-wise, but if they're not losing the weight, what's really the point?
Being a pure carnivore and losing weight on carnivore are 2 independent things. You can be a pure carnivore and be stuck in a plateau and not lose weight. And on the other side, you can be carnivore-ish and continue to push past stalls and lose weight. If you are eating intuitively, not losing weight, it's probably because you're eating the wrong foods at the wrong amounts at the wrong times. And it's possible that your eating intuition needs to be retrained and your eyeballs need some recalibration.
If you want to lose weight on carnivore, you have to understand how much protein you should be consuming, how much fat you should be consuming, what cuts of meat work best for you.
Now, if you were interested in learning more about this, we have a new free training called the 4-Step Formula to Accelerate Your Weight Loss Results on Carnivore. In this training, we teach you how you can calculate your own carnivore macros, how you can figure out how much food you need to eat, so how much protein and fat you need, and what factors you need to consider when you are creating a carnivore plan for yourself, so you can learn how to filter through all of the information online and identify what information is applicable to you and what is not. We don't want you to be guessing on carnivore, we want you to be doing it right. And if you're doing it right, you should be seeing weight loss results.
So here are just a few more points on eating intuition and some things to take into consideration. So one of the reasons why it may not be working for you is because your current eating intuition is flawed.
The eating intuition that you have right now is what's gotten you to the body that you have right now.
How we were raised to see food can have an impact on your intuition as well. Some people were raised with a viewpoint of food restriction or lack, while others were encouraged to keep eating and eating. We noticed the biggest difference here is between men and women. You can probably guess which one applies to who. Your eating environment growing up also has a big difference as well, especially if you grew up around a lot of processed food. Because processed food is nutrient poor and addictive, it can be very easy to overeat. You may just be used to bigger volumes of food because you just need so much food in order to feel satiated.
When it comes to food pleasure and enjoyment of food, there is a spectrum that we all lie on. On one end, we have people who find food and eating to be pleasurable. It's normal human behavior because the human body and the human brain are physiologically wired for survival, and we need food to survive. On the other hand, we have enjoying food and needing to consume food beyond natural satiety. And when you are consuming food beyond natural satiety, that can lead to food addiction or be on the addiction end of the spectrum. Addiction is a heavy word, but because I am talking about a continuum, on both ends we have extremes. Extreme end of food addiction, this is what taps into the hedonistic aspects of food consumption.
The second factor to consider is if you can trust your own eating intuition. If you're the person that can just eat and eat and eat and possibly overeat, then that could mean that your eating intuition needs to be retrained. If you are stuck and stalled in a weight loss plateau, it could mean that you need to look at your own eating intuition.
You're the type of person that feels like you need a lot of recipes, creativity, variety, different textures and mouthfeels, different flavors, seasonings, that sort of stuff. And eating is a very enjoyable or pleasurable experience for you. You might want to evaluate your own eating intuition and think about whether this eating intuition is serving you for weight loss. If you have no idea what you're doing with carnivore and you feel like you're kind of just winging it or shooting in the dark and just watching and consuming information online and following what other people are doing, then that's a sign that you need to evaluate your own eating intuition as well. Everyone has their own metabolism, their own dieting history, their own lifestyle factors, such as whether or not you exercise, that will impact your eating intuition. And also another thing to consider is some people have hurt their metabolisms over long decades of yo-yo dieting and dieting experiences. Some of you guys that come to us have talked about all the different diets that you guys have tried. Some of you guys have been vegetarian for a long time, vegan for a long time, all sorts of diets, Atkins, done keto, and all of these diets that you guys have put yourself on over all these years may have hurt your metabolism and may have impacted your eating intuition.
If you're copying someone else's diet on carnivore, maybe doing only ribeyes or only BBBE, and you're wondering why you're not losing weight, then you have to reevaluate your strategy.
Remember guys, random actions leads to random outcomes. So if you're watching this and your goal is to lose weight, and say your goal is 150 pounds, then you have to understand that your eating intuition is what got you to your current weight in the first place. And in order to be 150 pounds, you need to learn how to develop the intuition to eat like somebody who is 150 pounds. Does this mean that you're going to use a macro tracking app for the rest of your life? Absolutely not. Macro apps are just a tracking tool that help you understand your own eating intuition and help you understand how to get to where you want to get to and stay there. And obviously picking the right meats to consume at the right fat to protein ratios and at the right amounts will be a part of that process as well. It's kind of like building a desk. If you have never built a desk before, it's the very first time you've ever built a desk, then you need some instruction to figure out and learn how to build that desk. And once you've built maybe 3 or 4 desks, then you will have the right intuition to build the desk without reading the instructions. And that's kind of the same point that we're trying to make with macros and macro tracking apps as well. And also this whole thing of redeveloping your eating intuition.
And by tracking the foods that you eat and consume, it'll help you develop patterns of the foods that work best for you. The ultimate goal is to reestablish and retrain your eating intuition.
And using macros as a tool can really help you to recalibrate your eyeballs and help you develop your own strategy for success on carnivore, especially when it comes to weight loss.
If you liked our video today, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel.
Again, we highly recommend that you check out our brand new masterclass on the 4-step formula to accelerating your weight loss results on carnivore, where we teach you how to come up with your own strategy to approach carnivore for weight loss. A strategy that will work for you, that you can customize to your needs, so you no longer need to copy other people or feel confused or feel like you're winging it with your own approach and then being frustrated and wanting to give up when things are not working.
And let us know in the comments down below if you've ever tracked your macros and if you've seen success doing it.
Until next time.